Are you all right? I'm not exactly well versed in this sort of thing.
Amber?
I just need to choose my friends more carefully.
Well, I suppose we could we could turn in for the night, maybe.
That would be advisable, yes.
I know you wanted to go. I mean, I know you wanted to go into those hot springs, but
Okay.
Zach.
Hang on a sec, guys. What's up?
Mute.
Yeah, sure. Go for that. Let's go. Sorry.
don't worry, I can edit that.
No,
out.
I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah, we just didn't want your folks to get caught on video. But
Yeah, no, don't worry, I can edit that out in post. I always do.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, shoot! I dropped my d20. All right. So what are you gonna do now?
Yeah, Cross kind of just up and left, so.
Yeah, I look to Ivan, unsure what to do.
Oh.
Teared up.
Well, I hug you and try to dry your tears.
You're asking Finn to stop being
I know, right?
I know,
Really?
I might as well try to hold the tide back with a pill report.
All right.
I'm just so angry right now. I feel like I could blow fire forever.
I know. Honestly, considering what we've been through, any kind of step in the wrong direction with a friend can be heartbreaking, but the last thing I want your heart to be is broken, so here's what I'm going to do. Cross, whether we like it or not, Cross is still a member of our party, and I do at least want to have a little bit of a talk with him. If you don't want to come, you don't have to, but I do at least want to talk to him and see if we can sort some things out.
So, Ivan, are you going to run after Cross and Simula?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't suggest that.
Why not?
But it's part of what his character is going to do. So
Yeah, that is
No
exactly what
R-rated
Ivan would do.
shenanigans.
I would try to mend friendships whenever possible.
Well,
Alright.
if Amber is staying here with her father, I assume that she's in good hands. Perhaps I should be following Ivan in case anything turns sour?
Your call.
Oh, you're
Probably a
gonna
good call because I'm worried more about Ivan right now.
All right. Well then.
I don't trust Simula. I really don't.
I don't either.
What,
That's
don't
why I was
trust your
so
game
angry.
all the time?
I'm trying my best to trust
It's,
everyone. I want to see good in everyone.
Viraga brings Amber to the table and sits her down. I'm not really good at this dad thing since I'm about 100 years out of practice, but I think I could figure out how. I think I know how to make you feel better. So, would you like to know about your mother?
My ears perk up. Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. So, your mother, her name was Esmus.
Esmus?
She, yes, I'm trying to think of the common letters. ESMENAS, I think it is.
Esmus.
Alright, she, here's the thing, as a, white dragon, we're not exactly, you'd never think that we were actually compatible. Here's the thing, when I was younger, I got into a scuffle with my brethren, as we often do. My hoard was stolen and I was left for dead. But who should come across me in my broken and beaten state but a golden dragon? I thought a golden dragon's sense for justice would have me slain right then and there. But no. She nursed me back to health, much to my chagrin at the time. It's a matter of pride to not be saved, so I was less than a cooperative patient.
I try not to struggle too hard.
Several times I actually tried to fight her off and make my own way as soon as I gained a little more strength than the last time, but she has been and always has been stronger than I. But she was patient, and she had infuriatingly good grappling skills.
Oh.
She knew exactly where to pinch and poke me in order to get me to collapse. I don't think I've ever won a tussle against her. And one day, during our little sessions, I just vented everything I felt. The loss of my horde, the betrayal of my kin, and she just listened. Listened and hung on to every word I said, like I was the most important drake in the world. Eventually, I began to feel safe with her. One thing led to another, and we fell in love. Now I'm a new Drake, sort of. I'm not perfect, but it's hard to go against nature, but I'm learning. Unfortunately, many aren't accepting of change. There are good dragons who are still averse to me, and my own kin, the white dragons, have disowned me. But if there's anything your mother taught me, is that patiently returning cruelty with kindness will make you friends. That's all I have.
Well, I guess I see where I get my impatience from.
I see a lot in you. You have your mother's hair. Well, not the color. It's like it seems like the texture comes more from me.
I wonder what she would think of the situation right now.
She was an eternal optimist, but she was also very practical. She was the speak softly and carry a big stick type. If I were her, I would say give the benefit of the doubt, but be vigilant.
Seems like a legit thing to do right now.
Yes. She once told me that for the longest time I hated my kin, but until she told me to forgive your enemies, but remember their names.
How am I supposed to forgive somebody who threw us into such horrible conditions?
Never said it was easy. But if gods can forgive, should we not also as well?
Just have to wait and see.
Indeed. So, now we are going to move to the hot springs.
Gosh dang it.
Here we go. This ought to be interesting.
Alright.
Oh my goodness, of course he's here.
I freaking can't. Seriously, dude.
When is he not gonna be showing up?
Alright.
This guy pops up in more places than Waldo.
Yes, a giant lake slightly obscured by white mist comes into view. Instantly you feel a gentle hot wind brush against you, as if begging you to come forwards. On the center rock you see individuals dressed in formal wear, one in ceremonial armor, one in a very fancy dress. The person in the center is wearing a white ceremonial robe, and you see a Montelo in the back. The first two people to enter are Stimula and Cross. quickly followed by Ivan, and quickly followed by Owen.
I'm just here to make sure that Owen is staying safe no matter what happens. That's my only purpose, really.
All right.
You're Owen, you mean Ivan.
That's like
Ivan's safe.
Simula turns around and looks at Ivan. So, oh, didn't expect you to come.
I couldn't just let you guys walk away from that. Look, I want to apologize on behalf of the whole team for what happened back there. I'm glad it didn't resort to violence, but even just harsh words are unfair to you. I can understand where they're coming from with lack of trust, but you are a member of our team, and I do think you deserve as much respect as everyone else.
It's you see the red-haired woman look towards you and give a very unladylike squeal. Ah! Amontolo, you promised no one would find us! Amontolo shakes his head and says, no, what I said was short of divine intervention, no one would find you. And then the one in the one in the golden hair, he says, Vivi, it's fine. They aren't locals. I can tell. Besides, a marriage cannot be valid without witnesses, now can they? And the red-haired woman immediately grumbles.
I'm sorry for intruding at all.
Oh no, you can stay. It's that makes it a little more valid, I think. Possibly. I don't know.
God, he talks like the Cheshire Cat.
Anyway, so what are you going? So, shall we continue on with the shindig?
If it's all the same with you, sure.
All right.
Whatever.
Here, and then the priest says, "Well then, Valkatov, Prince of the Golden Dragons, do you take this dragoness to be your lawful wedded wife till death do you part?" "I do." "Visakra, Princess of the Red Dragons, do you take this Drake to be your lawful wedded husband till death do you part?" She says, "I do." "Well then, you two may kiss.
Aw.
Then Amontolo motions Ivan over.
It's a bad romance.
Ivan,
I'm not sorry.
Ivan, can you quickly come over here?
Okay. What is it, Amontolo?
I need you. Are you familiar with any wedding songs?
Ooh, can I do a bardic knowledge check?
Yes.
Let's see, bardic knowledge check. And that's a engineer dungeon. Oh, where's the bard knowledge?
Would that be just under your...
Here it is. Found it.
pillar?
15.
Never mind.
Right, 15. And we're gonna roll 15.
Go for it. All right.
Ooh, it's pretty good.
Yeah, you reckon it's like he whispers to you the name of a song, and you nod your head saying you knew that. He said, and then Amontolo says, "Great. I shall be. You play the song, and I'll do the vocals. How's that sound?"
Sounds good.
All right. Roll a perform check.
Okey-doke. Let's see. Perform check is right here. And 20. Please be good. I want this to be super duper romantic.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Is it super duper romantic?
You're a little distracted from how cute the scene is, but you still manage to play anyway.
I have a weakness for that.
Okay. I was gonna say just use it from your character sheet. Next time.
Oh my gosh, I know this song.
Where is this song from?
I can't remember where it's from, but I've heard it somewhere.
You notice that Valkatom and Vizikra are now slowly dancing together on the rock.
Never go. You belong here in my arms.
I heard an actual sniffle. Is someone actually crying?
Oh no,
I think Finn's just a character.
Really?
Finn, you are so adorable. You are too precious for this world.
We break character to acknowledge that Finn is tearing up over this song.
But it's such a pretty setting and everything in the music.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, Finn, don't ever change. You are an amazing human being.
Thank you.
Simula's looking at this, and she's actually got a small smirk on her face. It's cute. A red dragon and a golden dragon, naturally sworn enemies coming together. Quite an interesting sight.
Yeah. It is.
Something you want to share with the class, Cross?
You belong here in
No.
my arms. Never to leave,
I'm alright.
never to go. You belong here in
So,
my
Simula looks at Owen.
arms. Together as one. There
What?
will be
No witty retorts, no commentary.
these hands.
I'm just here to observe. And I'm not going to be ruining any special moment that we have little knowledge about. Especially in a land that is far from our own.
Well, Simula steps into the hot springs and just relaxes. Hot springs and a show. Alright, then the music stops, and then both of them leap into the water and start splashing.
Woo!
Aw.
That's cute.
Fun!
So, what do you do?
Well, can somebody check on Cross?
Actually, I was gonna check on Cross. Actually,
Alright.
if you can, Montelo, if you see me for a sec.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, go ahead. My work here is done.
Hey.
Hmm.
Feeling okay?
I've been okay for the past few months that we've been out here.
Look, I wasn't just bluffing what I said before. I really do see you as a valuable part of the team, and I know how everybody's been treating Simula lately seems very unfair, and I'm 100% behind you on that, but I don't think running away from the problem is the right solution.
They look happy. They look genuinely, absolutely happy. Like they couldn't care about anything else in this entire world, just this one singular moment between them.
That's true love. It's me!
Oh! Come on in.
Hey!
Hey.
Feeling okay?
I almost punch a hole in the wall.
Yeah. Well, I had a little talk with Cross. I managed to catch up with him. We went to the hot springs, and he seems a lot more cooled down now that we had our talk, but he does want to spend a little time alone, which I understand.
Probably for the best. I don't know if I can look at him the same way again. I don't know, Ivan. The way he looked at me, like I was just some stupid animal.
You're not some stupid animal. Honestly, people do things that when they're angry that they regret later.
He called me stupid. He supported somebody that was evil to us in the past. He treats her like she's the most important thing on this planet. And all my efforts to earn his friendship, all my efforts to help protect everybody here, his efforts apparently meant nothing to him. He's so stupid, Ivan!
Calm down. Do I have to bring up my loot again?
No, because I'm trying to remember something my father told me about my mother.
What did he say?
He told me that she was probably the most patient dragon he've ever met. Like, even she wore him down. I guess I know where my stubbornness comes from. But she believed in patience and justice, and that maybe I need to as well. But I don't know, Ivan. I don't know if I can trust Cross again with my friendship.
Amber, I'll tell you something very important. When it comes to friendship, one of the most important things about friendship besides trust is patience. And patience takes a long time to build up. To be honest, you have to be able to put up with your friends' shortcomings so that you'll be able to deal with them at their highs and their lows. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Cross has obviously had a lot of lows in his life. So, and even though he did say a lot of things that are very hurtful, and honestly, you should feel a little bit of contempt towards him, I think we should, at the very least, give this some time. Because, to be honest, as long as we're patient, maybe something will come up that we weren't expecting. That's why I'm so glad that I'm actually proud of you that you didn't resort to any kind of violence right then and there. Because if you did something spur of the moment and didn't wait for something good to happen, could have regretted it later.
If I had done anything to Simula, it would have been stupid. I would have proven Cross right. I don't trust her, Ivan, but she is part of the team now. I have to accept it.
Amber, Ivan, are you going into the?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow her. Yeah.
Okay, so Amber, you all walk into Simula's room, and you see that Cross is already in there, and Jalen is larger.
Whoa!
Yes! Come on.
Wow. Get a haircut?
Simula looks at you and gives you all a smile.
What?
Did you do this?
What's going on? I was just coming in to check on you because something happened to Dominion.
Wanted to make sure you were okay, and now... Giant Snake!
Oh, we're fine. Oh, we're perfectly fine.
Wait, what happened to Jem?
What happened to Jalen?
It's part of the tutoring process.
Well then. That's a perk.
It's a very nice perk. I go to pet the top of Jalen's head slightly.
So, anyway, you feeling alright?
Oh, I'm
Helps.
feeling perfectly all right. Especially that Cross finally took the deal.
He what?
She didn't stutter.
Oh man.
Cross, don't you think this is something we should have discussed with the whole team before you decided to do it?
I thought about it, and then decided that it's best that I do this on my own.
Cross, when has never doing anything on our own ever benefited us?
Never said anything about that. This is just something for... Anyways, we have information that I think we can go off of at least. Vorgan Vineblight, we all saw him here today. He was here.
Right.
Where exactly, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
So, you notice that the atmosphere in the inn is a little panicked.
Hmm?
They're
Can I
not
ask?
phobic, are they?
Can I ask the barkeep if something happened last night?
Oh, you did? Well, that should happen when you do it, when you sleep as late as you all did. How do I put this? The Red Dragons have declared war.
What?
Wait, what?
What?
I don't know how and I don't know why, but they declared war like very, very early this morning. It's like everyone's currently trying to have a diplomatic meeting about this, but
Oh no.
Everyone, including some of the chromatic dragons, are trying to usher peace. So we don't know what's going on, but both the leaders of the golden dragons and the red dragons are clamoring for war.
I think I might know something related to this.
Yeah,
Oh, well, if you have something, you should probably go see the meeting.
Yeah. I'm gonna run to Owen real quick.
I looked
Owen?
at Varog.
Owen,
Yes.
we have a problem.
Do tell.
According to the barkeep, the red dragons and the gold dragons have declared war against each other. Do you think this might have anything to do with the couple we saw in the hot springs earlier?
More than likely. They seemed very intent that remains secret. But I doubt that it was kept secret.
Oh boy. Well, we were. Wait a minute. I was going to say we were the only witnesses, but we weren't. You don't think?
I don't know what to think right now, and I'm not going to try and make assumptions right now. But I think someone said something about a council meeting.
Yeah, we should at least take a look. Maybe we can help.
Varog,
Right.
I don't suppose being a gold dragon would have any authority in a council like this.
Oh no, it's if I know anything, there's probably already a gold dragon there who has higher authority than both of us combined 1,000-fold.
You are welcome to come if you want, Amber.
I feel like I should. I don't know how much help I'll be, but I could try.
Varog, you want to come too?
Might as well.
Would they allow any non-dragons to be present at such a council meeting?
Well, we don't know if we don't try.
I'm pretty sure if we explain that we might have information, I think we could probably say something.
Very well. Let's go gather some intel then.
All right.
All right. You all head off to the council. You all head off to the council. And
Did I just see a loading screen?
Oh no, not one of these again.
It's
You
black.
come into a clearing filled with lush green. Surrounding a center pedestal are 8 archways, each pulsating with a different color of magic. On the center pedestal are
I
the
can't
humanoids.
see anything. I'm only seeing black.
I can't see
I just see
anything either.
black.
Oh.
I refreshed and yeah, still see black.
Let's see. Fresh.
In here.
Give me one
Yep.
second. Give me 1 second. I'll fix it.
Okay, okay.
Roger, Roger.
Just wanted to keep you aware of the situation.
And
There we
Ah,
go.
there we go. Yay.
there we go. Much better.
Yay!
Lots of very interesting looking characters, yes.
Yes. On the center pedestal are a group of humanoids. 4 of them are trying to restrain 2 who appear to be about to fight.
Oh.
The one on the left says, "Where is she? What have you done with her?" The one on the right says, "I didn't take her. How do I know this isn't some pitiful attempt to garner sympathy? How do I know you didn't take them? How dare you! I'll rip your throat out, cat!"
Oh boy,
Oh boy.
guys.
The guys on the edges are really struggling to try and hold them back from fighting.
Should we do something?
This looks like it's going to break into hostilities if we don't, and yet, what is the couple going to think if we do?
Or rather, what does the couple have to do with this? I
Well,
walk
what's at
over.
least-
What do you
The
think?
most we can do is at least ask where this conflict started.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What is going on here? Hold on a sec. We don't need to throw fists around here.
It's like this one over here says, "And who do you think you are to interrupt our meeting?"
Someone who probably doesn't want to see blood go flying.
Samuel walks up and says, "Are you sure this isn't? Are you sure this is a meeting? Looks more like children fighting at a playground." They begin to give low guttural growls.
Okay, diplomacy check.
All right.
Diplomacy check.
Man.
Hey, if there's a chance to meet
No,
people-
just do it. Just do it quick.
doing it, I'm doing it,
before they
I'm doing it.
explode.
Okay,
Look.
just breathe, woman.
Calm down. Deep breaths. All right. Hang on. Let me see. And 25. Okay. And 25. Please work in my favor.
Good.
Perfect.
Nice.
Oh, Finn, just a suggestion. When you're doing that, go to do diplomacy under skills in your on your character sheet.
Skills.
Oh yeah, and hit the little die next to it to roll, right?
Yeah, but
Right.
that'll work. That works too.
Okay, cool.
Pro tips.
So what was I going to say? I can speak now, right? DM, I can speak now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we point any fingers and throw any fists, can we please get some information on what's going on here?
All right. They seem to calm down a little bit, which much to the relief of the people restraining them. All right. Our children are missing.
Oh.
When did you last see them?
Oh.
Saw them yesterday. My son Ralkitov, and her daughter Viscra.
Yup.
Oh boy.
Or what? I can barely hear you, Josh.
Well, do you have? I notice you think that the opposition is the one holding your child. Do you have any proof of this?
Galadriel said, "Well, who else could it be?"
Well, I think it's unjust to point fingers at someone else just because you think you have the suggestion that they might be the one doing it. We don't have any solid proof right now.
Well, if you had, and then the red dragon says, "Well, if you have any better ideas, I'd love to hear it."
Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
Here we go.
So, yeah, names are quite familiar. I think I might have heard them somewhere before. But let me see if I get this straight. Both of you One's a red dragon, one's a gold dragon. Both of you are pretty much from opposite cultures, opposite alignments. Both of you probably want to tear each other's throats out by now.
Even more so, but continue.
And both of your children are missing, and you think that one might have taken the other. There's some kind of war that you guys want to try and start.
And this one right here says, well, we'd actually prefer a war not happen, but go on.
I think I know what happened. What if I told you that I might have seen your children?
Cross, be careful.
It's like they immediately look at you. Tell us where now.
Hold on. Before anything, I want to guarantee that a war isn't going to happen if I actually say this information.
And then Salaza attempts to charge you, but these two are holding her back. It's like, or we could give you unimaginable pain and force you to tell us.
That's
Ooh,
when I step in front
torture.
of
Not
him.
my favorite method of gaining information, but I'll say this much.
I growl low in my throat. He is my friend. You'll have to go through me.
That won't be necessary. Listen,
He has information. He is willing to give it to you on the precipice that you two do not go to war. Now,
Because
do you want your children back or not?
because considering the information he has, working together would be the preferable option.
Hear me out for a minute. I saw your two children roughly sometime last night, together. No one was trying to hurt them. No one was trying to kidnap them or torture them or hold them up for ransom. I don't think there's a war going on. If anything, I think it's the opposite. Now, I don't understand this land because I've never been here, and I'm probably the last person to deliver this information, but I believe your children were having a wedding. In secret.
They look at you with incredulous looks. Even the surrounding dragons have all raised their eyebrows.
Oh yeah, a wedding.
Are you screwing with us right now?
Nope.
No.
In fact, me, this gentleman over here, I point back, this lady, and the dwarf, we were all witnesses to it. All of us. We saw a wedding take place. It was a rather happy wedding. I must admit, there was music, there was a hot spring, it was just general happiness, something I hadn't seen in a long time.
Get to the point!
I think they might have ran off. I'm suspecting an elopage.
Yes.
Eloping.
What?
It's an elope, Cross. What I was trying to say is, what we did end up seeing had no violence or hostility at all. In fact, it was rather beautiful. So your children might have run off on their own accord.
And if so, and if there were no other parties involved, then I'd say it's of their own doing. And I don't think there needs to be any bloodshed or war over something they've decided. If anything, from what it looked like, they seemed to try and unite. They didn't want there to be any fighting in the first place.
To be honest, I think peaceful resolution between their two packs would be what they would prefer.
But hey, that's just what I saw. It's just what happened. You can believe me or you don't believe me. You could come over here and tear my neck out. I don't really care at this point. I'm just telling you what I saw.
And we will say, we say that with the utmost honesty. We're not trying to deceive you in any way.
Oh, my head.
Mine too.
Uh-huh.
Well then.
Right, you guys are muted.
Shush, Peanuts.
Never.
There it is.
Well then. It's like the leader of the gold and the leader of the red dragons are looking at each other, and then they sigh. So, Laza, I think I speak for both of us when we probably want to see our children again. He extends his hand. Truce. It's Salaza stares at it for a little bit. She looks away, but she extends her arm as well. Truce. If you could find, but the Gold Dragon says, remember, this is all based off the precipice. This is all based
Off the principle.
Yes, that you are telling the truth. Find them and bring them back to us.
Well, we will seek them out, but if they do wish to be on their own, should we grant their wish? As their parents, we leave that in your hands. Should we allow them to be alone if they wish?
We'll allow them to be alone after we discuss the matter.
Could I have a control, please?
Maybe it just corresponds.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
There is something I want to cast before we move on. If you'll give me just a moment.
Okay.
There we go.
True seeing.
Can see things that really are darkness. Oh, that's useful.
Oh yeah.
Really useful.
Oh, that brings back memories.
Yeah.
What's that?
Nothing.
What did you see?
The cult of personality.
Boo!
Hey, they made a big joke.
Guess who it
Boo,
is?
woman, boo.
Oh no.
You.
Somebody got left behind.
Yeah,
Where's
Simula.
Where's Simula?
There she is. Hey,
Right
Simula.
here. And you see, yes, you see him. Just in time. So, what are you all doing here?
Funny, we were gonna ask you the same question.
Oh. Well, there's some interesting things going on here. And I'm having a little bit of fun. So he's not saying anything. He's waiting for you all to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
I would have expected Simula to have words with him more than anyone.
Well, yes. You look at Simula, and you notice her silently mouthing things.
Oh, wait a second.
And then Arca looks towards her and says, "I wouldn't do that if I were you, my queen." His hand begins to glow.
Cross immediately draws his bone pointing at him.
And I wouldn't do that if I were you either.
Why is
Because
that?
if you do, because both of them will die. The ones you are looking for.
And what business do you have with them? You decided to finally come off your little perch and actually do some dirty work for once? How fun.
Us.
Simple. As I rose to power, I come across quite a few interesting research notes tucked within the pages of Simula's studies. Some contain very powerful magic. Dearest darling, you've been studying such wondrous things, like assimilation magic.
What did he just say?
A simulation magic.
A simulation. Okay.
I came across a few of your experiments. I must say there are less messy ways to create a griffin that don't involve an actual eagle and lion. But I have to admit, it was very interesting stuff. Power to create something, anything from your imagination using two things. You almost feel like a god. Eimer was most intrigued as well. He steps back a little bit. I want you all to bear witness to my first creation. You hear a dark warbling. And a slow thud. And a thud. As grotesque creature down in front of you.
Whoa!
I've come up with this cute little portmanteau of their names. All of this as if it was meant to be. I call this creation Visitov. Those who can speak Draconic will know that as meaning true love.
Oh my gosh!
You monster!
No way.
I'm no monster. I am now a god. He teleports away. Everyone, roll initiative.